All right, welcome to another S&P 500 analysis. In this video, I'll just go through some of the stuff that I watch throughout the day while trying to make a decision on putting on a trade and why I trade the direction that I pick. Okay, so that's just going to be a little bit of a reflection on what I do, not necessarily what you should do. Just kind of give you some insight how I trade. So hopefully you'll find it interesting. So stay tuned. And on this chart here, where I watch all the market internal, the first thing that I watch after the opening bell is the advanced decline. You notice that the advanced decline is way down here below minus 1500. That tells me that the market is very biased on the downside because you got so many stock that is declining versus advancing. When the S&P 500 was actually green, the E-mini S&P 500, the future, and also the SPY was fluctuating into the positive territory. I would not go look for, try to initiate any kind of long. So I waited until it reversed back down, then look for a short, because you notice that, the advanced decline actually got deteriorated over time, except near the in the afternoon hour, the last couple hours before the closing bell, and it came up a little bit and flattened off. But still, it finished at minus 1722. So in other words, there's 1,722 more declining stock than advancing stock. So there's no surprise why the S&P 500 closed down for the day, right? Because this is already telling us to expect a down day. And if we do not get a down day, then we're basically getting a negative divergence day. And that will tell us in the next coming days, we most likely will see this get resolved on the downside. And also the other thing is notice that the cumulative tick, the cumulative tick is also negative. You see all these negative, majority of the tick is below zero. So that means these are selling tick, on the sell side, only a few that is on the positive. So as over time, basically cumulatively, it is getting worse, lower and lower, and then kind of flatten off near the into the afternoon and into the close. So those are some of the things to keep an eye on when you're watching the internal for a day trading or for a daily monitoring of what the market is trying to do. And same thing here, looking at the up-down volume. Here you see the down volume just kind of getting more and more negative, cumulatively, getting down more and more negative. So you could see that, it is getting weaker. The market is not getting stronger. Right? So you basically have to pay attention to focus on the downside, not trying to get sucked in on these little bounces and try to go long. Take a quick look at the sentiment chart here. As you can see, the VIX is still above 30. It finished at 30.76. But the more interesting thing is the put-call ratio. It is sitting at 1.1. So definitely the market participants are getting quite bearish right now. All right, let's take a look at the market profile chart for the E-mini S&P 500, the ES. Now here I got join this little bit of a balance area here. You notice it's kind of balancing in here, and also we just booked this one-time framing up. Okay, so right now I'm basically looking for price to come down. Try to retrace this area here. So that's what I'm going to be focusing on for tomorrow. And we also notice that there is a pull high up here. So this pull high will eventually get taken out. But right now I'm looking at the single prints and also the point of control down here. So I'm looking for these things to get resolved and then possibly punch through and then come back in and then come back up later on to come up and tag this pull high. Maybe next week when Apple report earning and the other FANG stock report. But right now, basically looking for this thing to come down and take out this point of control and also this single print. And looking at this chart on the SPY, this is a weekly chart. What I want to focus in is on this zone here. This particular zone is a little bit of the high volume area, and I want to focus in on this. And earlier, I put it out on my Twitter to say, could it pin at 365 today? Because, Wednesday is an OpEx day, right? So I asked that rhetorical question, not saying that it will pin at 365, but the key thing is I'm looking at this 365. So let's go and zoom in on this level here. It opened right here and it went up and it came back down. And it chopped around inside of this zone, this 371 and 369 before it dived down, and look where it went. It went down to 365.55 because this zone, this edge is somewhere near that 365, 366 area, right? So it came down to this 365.55 for the low of the day. So that's the reason why I'm asking that question, is to say, you think that they will pin at 365? Well, actually it came down and then it popped back up. Okay, so again, we're basically looking at this upper range of the weekly expected move, and here's the lower range. So we've been exceeded that already. So if it is gonna go and do a 2 standard deviation away from this expected range, then we'll expect price to continue to move. But remember, we are looking at a negative internals. So we expect the price to come down. So that's the reason why I'm looking at price to come down to this area here. And basically, if I was going to short, then I'd be shorting it to target somewhere around here, right? So you can see that at the end of the day, it actually came back up. So tomorrow, what I'll be watching is the continuation to come down and get down into this area and possibly fill this gap here. Okay, this gap near 363.97, so 364 area. So fill this gap, possibly come down, fill this gap. So again, if we look at the ES on the market profile chart, we basically also looking at some of the possibility of that point of control and also some of the single print. So here, putting back the market profile, we see that the price actually came up and tag the point of control from previous day and also the point of control on Monday. So what I'm looking for is for the price to come down, fill this gap, and come down and tag this version point of control somewhere around 358, 359. Okay, so basically that's what I'm looking for possibly tomorrow. So good luck, and be sure to smash the thumbs up to help promote this video. Thank you for watching and stay safe.